Stocks rally once again above all-time highs. Oil crashes below $90 a barrel, and the bond market starts to rally. Also, an update on why I didn't pass the Grand Cup 2. It all starts now. Let's get into it. Okay, Clifford, the 25-year trader, back with another market update. So first, real quick, before I get to the Grand Cup 2, um, take a look at this week. Monday, holiday. Tuesday, some numbers for Australia, CPI, inflation numbers. And in Thursday here, we got core PCE. That's the Fed's one of the inflation measures that they watch, as well as prelim GDP. So that's a big day. Definitely, you'll want to be paying attention. 8:30 on Thursday morning. New home sales as well. Good indicator there. And Friday, not much going on there. Okay, to the markets we go real quick. So for the stock indexes, they rallied hard last week, and that's pretty good. Definitely we're still in a bull market. Also, if you look here at the COT report, they're still very short. They were short 112,000 contracts here. Now they're short 150,000 contracts. The more short they get, the more bullish you want to be, because this is like going against the grain. Whenever they're short, oversold short, you want to be long. That's a good way of putting risk reward on your side. So I'm looking for a pullback, but I think the pullback could be shallow, maybe back here to like 73.52 on the S&P, on the NASDAQ 28,674 maybe. However, the wild card is still oil, because I'm looking at the chart and it still looks bullish. We have a breakout above resistance here. And if the peace talks fail, then I think we could find support here at 86. If we find support at 86, then the bull market could definitely have a pretty big correction. But we'll just have to wait and see if the support level holds. If the peace talks hold, then, we might smash through 86. And then in that case, oil is going to be bearish all the way. But if 86 holds, then we could rally back above 100. So we'll just have to wait and see. And then finally, I'm also watching the yen, because I see they're really short the yen here. If you're going to play the yen, you could either buy the yen directly, or you could sell the dollar yen in the Forex. You could do that as well. But if you look how oversold the yen they are, look what happens when they're oversold markets. Again, it's like going against the grain. Too much overselling leads to sellers drying up, buyers enter the market. And then finally, I'm also watching wheat this week as well. I think if oil is bullish, then commodities are bullish. So I'm looking for a pullback in wheat to maybe get long at about 613. Okay, on to the Grand Cup 2. So this week is stage 2. However, I won't be attending stage 2. It was an interesting experience. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, but I also learned that you need a different psychology when you're trading tournaments. So just to recap, for those who didn't see last week's video, this tournament started last week. Anyone can enter. $1 million reward pool, 200,000 to the champion, right? Okay, and then everyone gets $50,000 starting balance as a demo account, and you have a drawdown of 2,500. If you lose 2,500, you're out of the tournament. But you could also reset yourself $29. 3 times you could reset the account for 29 bucks. The top 1,000 traders make it to stage 2, which is starting this week. If you're not one of the top 1,000 traders by last Friday, that's it. You're out of the tournament, which is what happened to me. I got knocked out. And then this week starts the duels with the Outlaws and all that, but we don't need to talk about that. I'm not in the tournament, but for those who are, congratulations, who made it to stage 2. So what happened with me is, again, I'm new to tournaments, so I don't know much about them, but I actually did pretty good. I started out with the 50,000, and my strategy was, okay, I'm gonna trade, conservatively. They're giving me 50,000, but I only have $2,500 drawdown. Well, the first night, Sunday night, within an hour or two, these guys went from 50,000, some jumped on the leaderboard to like 60,000. I'm like, what the hell? How did that guy just make $10,000 in like 2 hours? That's impossible. And and then I started watching their live stream, and supposedly these guys were trading silver, which I didn't even know they were trading that. And for those who don't know, silver is a futures contract that is based on $5,000 an ounce. That means if you trade silver futures, if the market moves $1, like it did right here, your account just profited by $5,000. So now it makes perfect sense how these guys on Sunday night, you know, as soon as the market opened, I'm assuming they just went all in on silver, and the freaking thing jumped like $2. They're up 10 grand. Okay, great. That was good for them. I guess they went all in and they got lucky. But I wasn't looking to just get lucky. I was looking for a more conservative strategy. So I was only risking like $500 on my account because I knew I only had 2,500, which it says here, 2,500. So I'm going to risk like, I'm going to break it in five and risk like $500 a pop. Well, these guys, if you're buying silver, you're putting up 2,500 immediately, and if the thing moves against you 50 cents, you've been blown out of the tournament. But again, they could reset 3 times, so no one cares. They'll pay 29 bucks, I guess, 3 times. I guess that's the strategy. Go all in and, blow your account. Who cares if you blow it, because you could reset it for 29 bucks and get back on the leaderboard. But guess what? If they go all in and they win and they hit a big trade immediately, boom, they pass everyone on the leading board by like a hundred ranks, right? Because remember, you have to be one of the top 1,000. So there's a lot of psychology I didn't know about. So then I'm like, okay, so I made a little bit of profit on my 50,000. I made like 55,000. I thought I was doing good. I see these guys jump to like 70,000. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong? So then I'm on the live stream. They're talking about silver. I'm like, oh, okay, silver. I know about silver. I've never really traded it, but we're in a demo account. Why not? I'll try it. So then I started trading silver, and boom, I jumped the freaking leaderboard. I was like really happy. I was like, oh man, either I'm really lucky or I'm just, getting the hang of it better, right? Um, so silver, I caught a move of like $1, then I caught another move of 50 cents, and before you know it, my 50 grand was like up to 60. So I was behind them. I was giving them a run for their money. Maybe they were more experienced at tournaments than I was, but so finally they're up to like, I think one dude was up to like 70 grand and I was at like 60. So finally, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was doing great. I was at like 60,000, maybe 63,000, right? I had made $13,000 on the demo. I was in the top 500. But Friday morning, everything changed. It was like, I don't know what happened, if it was like I ended up in the freaking upside down like Stranger Things or something, but something just completely flipped completely. And Friday morning, I dropped from rank 500 down to like 800 in like an hour. So I don't know if everyone decided to go all in because it's the last day of the tournament and they know that if they don't make the top 1,000, they're going to lose the tournament and they're going to get blown out and they're not going to make it to stage 2. So I don't know if it was a bunch of gambling going on or what, or everyone was trying to reset their account at the last day. I don't know what the hell is going on, but all I knew is I dropped from rank 500 to 800, and then I'm like, whoa, there's only like 4 hours left in this tournament. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm at 800. I should be good. I'm good. And then all of a sudden, another hour goes by. I drop from 800 to like 950, and I'm like, whoa, 950. Then 30 minutes goes by, and I drop from like 950 to like 980, and I'm like, dude, what the hell? What the hell are these people doing? I got like 20 ranks left before I'm blown out. So then I was under pressure and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Let me pull a trade. Let me pull a trade out of a magic hat. Even though I don't have a trade right now, I'm gonna try and find one anyways, just for the hell of it, to try and keep my rank. That was a mistake. That was the breaking point. I went to buy I think a silver contract on Friday. I think it was like around here, and I went to go long silver, and as soon as I went long, boom, the market dropped 50 cents. I was down 2,500. Then I was down 5,000. It dropped $1. Before you knew it, within the next 20 minutes, I went from rank 950. Boom, I lost like maybe 5, 6, 7 grand on my demo, and I dropped to rank like 1,400, and that was it. Boom, account blown. And that's pretty much how it ended. So I had a lot of fun though. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. And so here's my takeaway from all this. If you're gonna trade a tournament, right? Oh, and by the way, I'm excited. I already signed up for my next one. It's with Ninja Trader, another demo account. I think I get qualified in like another 10 days. I get to join Ninja Trader tournament. Um, I think the prizes are a little bit lower, whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to try the tournaments again because you learn a lot from these tournaments. And remember, just because you fail a tournament doesn't mean that you won't be successful at the next tournament. It's a learning process. I've been trading for 25 years. I know how to trade. I just never did a tournament before. It's totally different. These people are like freaking like at the poker table. They're going all in. I feel like I was in that movie Rounders and people were just like throwing their chips in the freaking table. It was crazy. But anyways, here's my takeaway. So I read a little bit about tournament trading for the future, and anyone who's interested, the best strategy to have, and this is the strategy I will have next time. If you know that you could reset yourself 3 times, don't be afraid to be aggressive in the beginning. Try and build a big lead early. So that way you jump up like they did, 60,000 first day, 70,000 second day, whatever. You get really aggressive. Maybe not go all in, or maybe you do go all in. But if you hit on the all in shot, you're immediately going to jump to the leaderboard to get closer to this grand prize of 200,000, right? Hopefully. Um, and then the second part of that strategy is that now once you're on the top of the leaderboard, maybe not the top 10, but I don't know, top 100, let's say, because you did an aggressive move, now you start to lean on them when they push you down because they will get aggressive. You to hold your lead, you could continue trading, but trade a little less aggressive because you already got a big lead. Now you just got to protect it. And the third thing I learned is don't ever let a trading tournament change the way you trade. If you have a trading style, stick to that style. I would have been better off not forcing a trade the last 4 hours of the tournament because I didn't have one. My charts didn't give me a signal. I didn't have a setup like I normally take, right? So don't force the trade that's not there. Because the truth is, even if I dropped down, I still would have felt better because I traded my plan. I planned my trade and I traded my plan. Don't let pressure or a game like this change the way you trade. Try and find the setup early. If you know it's the last day, the last day is coming. Start looking at your charts the night before and try and find um, where your trading opportunity could be for the last day. So that way, when the last day arrives, you're not just like, lost in the upside down like I was from Stranger Things or something. So, anyways, so yeah, it was a lot of fun. And congratulations to all of you who are making it to stage 2. I hope you guys, you know, get as far as you can in the tournament. I think you got to do something here with outlaws, 24 outlaws. You get like 5,000 each if you knock one of them out of the tournament. And they do something now called duels, which I'm not in, but here's the new leaderboard. I don't know exactly. It looks like it's live, and I think this one ends like in the end of this week or something. So, and then you get the grand prize winner. So, anyways, again, if you're new to trading, definitely you could jump in these tournaments. It's a lot of fun. Just remember, the tournament is different than your regular trading. When you're trading a prop firm, you're going to have one type of psychology, but when you're in a tournament, you're going to have a completely different one, and that's what I've learned from this experience. But other than that, I had a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it for new traders. So that's about it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe, put your comments below. Look forward to seeing all of you guys in the next one. And as always, never risk more than 1 to 2% of your account on any given trade. Trade what you see on the charts. Have a great week, guys.